Hi again. This video is week 3. This is MySQL problems. This time around we got 10 total problems to work through. So number 1, write a query showing representative employee ID, customer representative ID, name and job title, and the ID of the customer they represent. Only show matching results. So I wrote that this way. We're selecting employee number, concatenating first name and last name as rep name, job title, and customer number from T2, which is customers. T1 is employees table. We're left joining T2 on T1 at sales rep employee number and employee number. And we're where clause in this is customer number is not null. Because we're only wanting matching results where a rep is matched with a customer. So we'll go ahead and run that one. And it will list them based on the employee number, gives them their name, and then the individual customer numbers. Does it for the entire list. We got 101 rows total that return on that one. Query number 2 is writing query showing customer rep, ID number, name, job title, and the customer the rep. So basically the same as that. This time include employees who do not represent customers. So basically just left off the where clause in this situation to get that. And we can see the ones that are not gonna have a customer number where they don't represent are going to be just null by themselves. So that takes us to the next one where we're doing the same thing except we're only including employees who don't represent anybody. So it's going to narrow down our list to the non-representative ones only. And in this case, it's going to show us everybody in upper management and then the 2 sales reps themselves. If you want to narrow it down to just sales reps, then you could just do an additional portion on the where statement to where you do where customer number is null and job title is like sales rep. That way it would just give you the sales rep only. You wouldn't expect, any of these other guys to really have customers that they rep realistically. But, if you wanted to see everybody that doesn't represent anybody, that's the way to do it. Number 4, we want a query showing customers that have no representative, if any. We need name and phone number. So we're selecting customer name, phone number from customers, where sales rep number is null. On this one, I just left it at plain and simple. Assume that's the customer name we wanted. Could also concat it so it pulls the first and last name for the contact name. Might be a little bit more thorough that way, but this is the way I wrote it. Number 5 is management wants a query showing customers who have no orders, if any. We need name and phone number. Also need customer rep name and number. So about this, it's very similar to the last one, except we're including the customer name, customer phone number, and then we're including a concat of the first name, last name for the rep, and employee number. So we're getting it from Classic Models T1. Left joining employees T2 at T2 employee number and T1 customer number, T1 sales rep number. And then we're also left joining orders, which is table 3, on customer number T1 and T3 because those are the same. And then where statement's going to narrow it down to where just the order number itself is null. Let's go ahead and run that. And these are going to be all customers that do not have any orders in the system, and if they have a rep, it does list them in the field. Most of these do not have a representative, but we do get the names and numbers of the customers based on that query. So number 6 was something we did in class. I don't need to rerun it because it's already here. I already have customer notes. We'll demonstrate that in a second. And then we wanted to insert into customer notes some notes. So I did 3 different accounts, 3 different notes. So included with that now is timestamps. So this column will be created date and modified date. So at the time of creation of a note, you're just going to have the same current timestamp because obviously that's the last time it was modified, was the creation time. So when we run that, it'll go ahead and insert everything for us and give us the times. Number 8 was to write a query showing customer name and associated notes. So you can see we have the different customer names and then the notes. 9 is to modify at least one customer note, updating the text, and rerun query showing related notes and updated date time. So let me run this one. This is just some code I had written in here, or code. This is a query I had written in here just to show everything, because we hadn't done that yet, because I wanted to show everything, including date created. So this is the format that it would look like if you just do select all. It gives you the date created and the date modified, and we can see everything is the same because everything was added in at the same exact time. So we'll go ahead and modify, in this case, customer note is going to now read customer called to make a formal complaint against Steve the Unicorn. Date modified, we're going to go ahead and modify that. We're going to set that to current timestamp. That way it changes the date modified to when we run the query, and we're specifically putting it on customer 102 and note number 3. So we'll go ahead and run this. You can see we updated that successfully, and then I'll rerun the select all statement, and right there we can see that changed, and my date created is the same. Okay, so after several minutes of futzing, I finally corrected the issue. Okay, so I deleted customer notes, I re-added it here, I modified the tables date created and date modified. So date created is timestamp, default's going to be the current one. Date modified is timestamp on update, so when we update any notes, it's going to go ahead and get the current timestamp. It's a not null, and then defaults to current timestamp. Okay, so I reinserted everything. So yeah, again, you're gonna have to put current timestamp when inserting the columns like this. Not sure why, because the way I did it, I thought it's supposed to automatically add it. Doesn't appear to be doing that. So then we get this information here. So this is everything. I'll rerun just the associated notes and name again. So this is number 8. Number 9, we want to modify customer note. So we're going to modify customer note number 3 and customer 102 with this note. And we don't need to do anything about date modified because it's going to automatically handle that for us. So we're going to go ahead and update. And we run the query. I'll rerun select all again, so we can see them. And that worked that time. So we can see 102, note 3, we updated that note. This is the original date and time, and this is the updated date and time. Number 10, we wanted to delete one customer note and then rerun the query showing the missing note. So delete from customer notes where statement's going to be, we're going to do customer 456 and note number 3, which is going to be this guy. Customer states likes to eat crayons. That was just a troll, comment somebody added, so we're going to go ahead and delete that for him. And then we're going to verify that it is gone, and we can see that it is no longer there. All right. Thank you, and until next time, ahui ho.